Hey peeps, it's Mark here. Thanks for coming over and listening wherever you're from, whatever platform you're here from. I appreciate it. Several weeks now, not several weeks, but maybe weeks. I've been kind of paying attention without really watching or listening to him about Steve Bannon. Not Infowars, but War Room, formerly War Room Pandemic. And I used to listen to him quite a bit, but I've stopped ever since Trump got elected because I just can't stand the agitation of listening to him and watching him promote Trump. But recent revelations have upon us that Bannon was quite involved with Jeffrey Epstein, and he had that 15, 16-hour documentary coming out. And then all of a sudden he's entangled in the Epstein emails that were just released by the House 2 weeks ago. And last week, 15th around there. Yeah, 10 days ago. And so I've been paying attention to what he's been saying or not saying about it just through Grok. So I keep asking Grok, has he discussed anything about being involved with the Epstein emails? And so the other night I asked Grok this question, and then I'll read you his answer. Good evening, Grok. Last week, Steve Bannon was mentioned and shown in released Epstein emails. Can you tell me if he has commented about his interactions and relationship with Epstein on his War Room podcast in recent days? And Grok says, Steve Bannon's recent comments on the Epstein emails on War Room. Good evening. The Epstein emails you're referring to were released by the House Oversight Committee on November 12th, 2025. So that's actually 13 days ago, revealing over 20,000 documents, including at least 45 exchanges between Epstein and Steve Bannon from 2018 to 2019. These show Epstein providing Bannon with political advice and vice versa, really. Example on Kavanaugh's confirmation and crypto policy, media coaching, travel assistance, and introductions in European conservative circles, while Bannon offered Epstein sympathy amid scandals and discussed using MAGA to shield him from scrutiny. Regarding your question, Bannon did address the Epstein files broadly on his War Room podcast, but did not comment on his own interactions or relationship with Epstein. Here's a breakdown based on the episode analysis and coverage. Key episode, November 13th, 2025. Episode aired last Wednesday. Context. This was the day after the release, and War Room devoted significant airtime to the topic, described as acres by political observers. Bannon's remarks. He focused almost entirely on defending Donald Trump, downplaying the file's implications for him. Bannon stated, Did I mention that Trump's not perfect? He's an imperfect instrument, but he's an instrument infused by divine providence. If you had not had him and you didn't have him today, you wouldn't have anything. He urged listeners to stay focused and avoid distractions from the revelations. Subsequent episodes, November 14th to the 23rd, 2025. Media Matters. At Media Matters, review of War Room episodes from November 12th to 20th found only brief incidental mentions of Epstein by guests, example, in a cold open clip, and no substantive discussion of the new files at all, let alone Bannon's role. No episodes after November 13th appear to revisit the topic in depth. Bannon, who previously championed full transparency on the Epstein files, i.e., e.g., calling for Department of Justice unsealing in July 2025 and teasing unreleased footage, has gone silent on the matter since his Trump-focused remarks. Broader context and reactions. Bannon's ex-account warroom.org has posted nothing about Epstein. The files were emailed since early November 2025. MAGA influencers like Roger Stone highlighted Bannon's mentions in the emails, over 1,700 mentions, but Bannon himself has not engaged. Critics note the irony. Bannon once positioned Epstein exposés as a key to unlocking deep state secrets. Yet his post-release silence aligns with a pattern of deflection when personally implicated. If Bannon does address this in future episodes, post November 23rd, it could surface quickly on Rumble or X. Let me know if you'd like to monitor or dig into specific clips. For now, it seems the focus stayed on Trump, not introspection. What else can I clarify? So I haven't contacted Grok or asked Grok anything since. But there you go. Bannon, who seems to be a champion of getting the truth out there, doesn't want anyone talking about or listening to him talk about how he was, his relationship with Epstein prior to Epstein being doffed. He didn't doff himself being doffed in prison. So we'll keep an eye on this, but in the meantime, Bannon is a big-ass hypocrite. If you want to go and check out the full scale of Epstein documents, emails, I should say, just Google search Jmail. That's J, not G, Jmail, and they'll give you the full list, and it'll actually look like Epstein's email on Gmail. Okay? So with that said, yeah, we'll talk to you later. That's Mark, over and out. Have a great day. Bye.